Kashmir Dynasty. The Karkota dynasty ruled over the Kashmir Valley and some northern parts of the Indian subcontinent during 7th and 8th centuries. Their rule saw a period of political expansion, economic prosperity, and emergence of Kashmir as a center of culture and scholarship. The Karkota rulers constructed several shrines to Vishnu in their dominions. They, however, also allowed Buddhism to flourish under them. Stupa, Chaitya, and Vihara can be found in the ruins of their capital. Martand Sun Temple in the Anantnag district were built by Lalitaditya. It is the oldest known sun temple in India and was also one of the biggest temple complexes at the time. Avantivarman ascended the throne of Kashmir in 855 AD, establishing the Utpal dynasty and ending the rule of Karkota dynasty. The literary sources are the Nilmath Puran, believed to have been commissioned by Durlabhvardhan, the first ruler of the dynasty, provides information on contemporary affairs. However, not only that the Puran was penned to reconstruct Kashmir as one of the most sacred space in the subcontinental cosmos by attributing Brahminical divinity to its geographical features and then establish Durlabhvardhan as its rightful king, but also that there have been interpolations as late as the 10th century. The text cannot be treated as objectivist history. The Vishnu Dharmottar Puran is another local and contemporary source. It played similar roles in the Karkota polity. Other sources include the chronicles of a multitude of Buddhist pilgrims, Xuanzang, Yizing, Wukong, Hircho, and others who visited Kashmir during the dynasty. The Kuttani Mata, penned by a court poet of Jaipad, was a didactic work on erotics but gave a lively account of contemporary Kashmiri life. Raj Tarangini. The Raj Tarangini, an 11th century work by Kalhan, was aimed at sketching an outline of Kashmir's history since ancient times. And it did discuss the Karkota dynasty in depth. Kalhan depended on a variety of material including earlier historical works, dynastic genealogies, inscriptions, coins, and Puranas. The work has a contested repute of being the only pre-modern work in Sanskrit resembling Western notions of history. However, its historical accuracy is disputed. Jutshi and other scholars find the poem to be a blend of mythical, political, social, spiritual, and geographical narratives which aimed at defining Kashmir as an idealized ethical space. Kalhan's third book mentions of a Gonand dynasty which ruled for about 590 years till the establishment of the Karkotas. The notable rulers of this dynasty are Durlabhvardhan. Kalhan assigns a regnal span of 36 years from 625 to 661 AD. He was also known as Prajnaditya and gifted many villages known as Agraharas to Brahmins. Rajtarangini records no military activity during his reign, assuming Xuanzang to have visited Kashmir twice during his reign. Durlabhvardhan controlled vast swaths of territories including modern-day Kashmir, Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Durlabhak. As per Kalhan, Anangalekha had him declared as his Dohitra and Durlabhak became known as Pratapaditya, adopting the surname of his maternal grandfather. Durlabhak is assigned a regnal span of 50 years. He had a brother Malhan. Durlabhak married Narendra Prabha, who had been earlier married to Nona, a wealthy merchant from outside Kashmir. He had three sons, Chandrapid, Tarapid and Lalitaditya. Kalhan records him to have impressive military prowess. Several agrahars were established by Hanumant, son of his minister Uda. Chandrapid ruled from 712 and bore the name Vajra Aditya. Kalhan paints a benevolent and virtuous image of the ruler. Two stories are narrated to the same effect. Jayant Bhatt's great-grandfather Shaktivaman was one of his ministers. In 713, Emperor Xuanzong of Tang received an embassy from Chandrapid requesting aid against Arab invasions. Chandrapid did not receive any help but nonetheless managed to defend his territory. In 720, Xuanzong sent an envoy to bestow upon him the title King of Kashmir. These diplomatic exchanges led to the formation of an imperial alliance between the Tangs and Karkotas. In 722, after the Tangs emerged victorious against Tibet, the Chinese court credits Kashmir for having provided ample food to their troops stationed in Gilgit. Kalhan notes him to have been assassinated by his brother Tarapid, who recruited a Brahmin for the purpose. Tarapid. Little is noted about his rule in Rajtarangini except that he was tyrannical and oppressed the Brahmins. He bore the name Udayaditya and was murdered after 4 years. The practice of magic rites by Brahmins is held to be the cause. Tansen notes this king to be Tarapid, however, other scholars have identified him with Chandrapid. Lalitaditya. A word conqueror, Lalitaditya Muktapid, from 724 to 761 AD, is credited by Kalhan with extensive conquests spanning major parts of India, Afghanistan, and Central Asia. He is said to have even subdued Yashovarman, winning Kannauj. Kalhan lived around 4 centuries after Lalitaditya, and popular imagination appears to have embellished Lalitaditya's achievements by then. A century before, Al-Biruni noted the Kashmiris to celebrate an annual festival in commemoration of Lalitaditya, who defeated the Turks and ruled over the world. Kuvalyapid, son of Lalitaditya and his first queen Kamla Devi, his short reign of 1 year and half a month was marked by a succession struggle between him and his half-brother. No evidence other than the Rajtarangini exists to corroborate his reign. Kalhan held him to be a virtuous ruler. Vajraditya, son of Lalitaditya and his second queen Chakramardika, he was also known as Bappyaka. No evidence other than the Rajtarangini exists to corroborate his reign. Kalhan noted the 7 years of his rule to have been cruel. Vajraditya's reign saw a successful raid by the governor of Sindh and introduction of slave trade. Prithviyapid I. According to Kalhan, he ruled for a span of 4 years and 1 month. He was overthrown by Sangrampid I, who ruled for 7 years. Tribhuvanpid, despite being the eldest, had abdicated the throne. Jayapid ruled for 31 years and partook in multiple conquests to faraway territories in an apparent bid to outrival Muktapid. However, Kalhan's narrative is noted to be excessively exaggerated, and in absence of other corroborating sources from across a vast geographical region, the authenticity of the raids and other events must be disputed. He was also known by the name Vinyaditya. Brahmin immigrants from Indus and Dravid regions were settled in Kashmir during Jayapid's reign. Shemin's great-great-grandfather Narendra was a minister in his court. Jayapid had 2 sons, Lalitapid and Sangrampid II. Lalitapid. Kalhan condemns Lalitapid as a recklessly extravagant ruler whose court was infested with courtesans, concubines and jesters and provided no patronage to learning. He ruled for 12 years and had donated agrahars. He had 1 son, Chippatajayapid, from his concubine Jayadevi, who was the daughter of a spirit distiller. Sangrampid II. Lalitapid was succeeded by his stepbrother Sangrampid II, also known as Prithviyapid II. He had a son, Anangipid, who ruled for 7 years. Chippatajayapid was crowned in 837 AD. However, due to his young age, the real power was vested in the 5 brothers of Jayadevi, who followed the orders of Jayadevi but yet engaged in an acute mismanagement of affairs. After Chippatajayapid was murdered in around 840, having ruled for 12 years, the brothers gained considerable power but fought each other to retain complete control of the empire. Thank you.